to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Huskers will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Northwestern Wildcats offense will start this game off with the football. And we've been really eager to see this matchup, this quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal than this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap, post-snap. If you make one mistake against this defense, David, they make you pay.
Yeah, they're a fun defense to watch, and this is a...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw on that blitz, they had no shot of blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside to hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So Nebraska's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot. Get the ground game going. Make it easy because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Back to pass, it's Raiola. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Catch in the middle, it's key. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Give to the back. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. to the wideout. Got his man. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of his QBs, got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook. But on that play there, that pre-snap look told me to hand it off.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man on the right. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Wildcats are on the move. He'll keep it himself. That's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking a handoff. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
When you're called Corn Huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different. And that's what Nebraska fans want. Throw back to the old days, the glory days, and they want some of that here in this recent history.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to pass, it's Raiola. And wings it incomplete. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. From the gun, the ground game. Turning it on. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking for a crease, it's Ives.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Play of the period, 1st down here. To the ground, he's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Bringing the heat. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just checkdowns or screens or swing routes or flat routes. This guy can get vertical. And he can all of a sudden start stressing defenses in the 2nd level. What a weapon it is to have this guy in your backfield.
And he got just enough of that one. And that'll put the 1st points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. To throw, it's Stone. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Hit as he throws. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Covey. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Fires downfield. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being
strong. Pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
They punt it away on fourth down. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but they've got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. Caught, close to the marker, it's Hunter. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Right. Second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Back to pass, it's Raiola. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Floating away. He'll throw it. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down, but they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Huskers.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wildcats have it back to Northwestern offense headed out. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know,
Breaks into the open. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The Wildcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Zings it complete to the right. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air. It's Stone. It's caught. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
Northwestern about to boot it away to open the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Pocket breaking down. And the pressure was too much. They get... 15.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking.
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Running back searching for a hole. Got the first down and more.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Couldn't really get started there. Pick up of 1 to the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Cornhuskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On target to the left. Touchdown, Nebraska! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking to throw it Stone. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He'll pull it on the read. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Defense looks like they're coming. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. He lets it fly. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Northwestern! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Grab behind the line. It's Markway. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. Line gets set, 1st down. Here's the handoff. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Huskers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They go right back to it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ballgame. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker in the game.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun to give to the back. Oh, what a move. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cornhuskers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Under fire. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8, they'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Raiola. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You're throwing incomplete on 3rd down, so the question now, are you...
Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Well, this running back is struggling to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him, made his way to the running back, and got him on the ground. Nice job.
That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make movement change impossible. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. They go to the ground. There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Albright. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Back to throw. It's Stone. Caught over the middle. It's Porter. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Wildcats want to crank the tempo. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Here comes the heat. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. It came down to the final quarter.